The reason I got started with real estate investing was I was looking for another avenue for preparing for retirement. I didn't feel like, just saving or investing in, mutual funds and stocks was going to be the way for me, or a 401k was really going to do it for me. So, I wanted to be more in control of my investment. And so I heard about real estate investing and turnkey rental properties through some podcasts that I was listening to. And I started purchasing single family homes. And I live in California, so it's really expensive here. It's not landlord friendly, and there's all kinds of other things that go with it. So I started looking out of state. And so I currently own properties in both the state of Indiana and Michigan. I heard about Royal Legal Solutions while listening to a podcast about real estate. You were actually on as a guest, and you were talking about ways to structure entities for asset protection. And at the time, I was using LLCs, which is recommended by a lot of real estate investors. And so I was just taking their advice and using an LLC and I had multiple properties under a single LLC for that protection, which isn't bad, but I was intrigued with what you had said on the podcast about being able to have added protection and being able to have a more structured entity set up. And so I reached out to you and got connected, and here I am. Two things. I mean, one, like I said, I was getting advice from other real estate investors, and I thought, it's probably better to get advice from someone who's, from an attorney who's doing this and really knows this much better than myself or a real estate investor would know. So that was one of the reasons I reached out to you. And then with the Delaware Statutory Trust, it provides this secondary level of protection that, in the event of, having litigation, it just provides this extra layer of protection that someone would have to get through in order to get to even down to a rental property that I own. And the other thing that appealed to me is it completely hides my name and who I am. And then the other side of this was, financial. It turns out that, the services you're providing for me, because I have multiple rental properties, the service you're providing is much, less expensive than trying to maintain all of these traditional LLCs that I had set up. Here in California, for every LLC I own, I was having to pay $800 as a franchise tax, if you will, for each and every LLC. Even though the LLC is not established here in California, it's out of state, but California still wants that fee. So yeah, that was part of the decision making. I needed to do some estate planning, and so Royal Legal Solutions has helped me set that up as well. I really didn't have a will set up, especially for all of these investments. And so that was an additional help in getting the estate set up and, making sure that the right people would be inheriting the assets that I own. The initial call was great, and I was able to talk to Scott, and I was able to get all of my questions answered. There wasn't any cost to that initial consultation, and everything was explained to me clearly in layman's terms that I could understand. And then everything moved fast from there. And along the way, ever since then, your customer service has been great. I've been able to reach out to someone by email or by phone call, and I get a response immediately. I think the most valuable part has just been the customer service. Like I said, to be able to reach out and get a response right away, get information right away. For example, not long ago, I needed an EIN number for one of my trusts, and I called you guys up, and that same day you sent me an EIN number from the IRS. So, and that's happened on 2 occasions now. So that's been really great. It's been a great bonus to have good communication like that and quick response time. Being part of your family office member program has been great because I get immediate access to your people and your resources, and the communication and response time's immediate. And then the other thing that I appreciate is that you're managing all of my trusts that own the assets, and I don't have to worry about that. You keep them updated when they need to be. The other piece I like is we do annual calls, so you can review where I'm at in my investments and in my progress. Definitely a 10. I would refer you to anyone who is, in a similar situation as me, where they're investing in real estate and they need a good entity structure for asset protection. Definitely a 10. But even anyone who's looking for just help with their will and estate and having that all set up, I would highly recommend you guys. You've been great. Well, I would tell them peace of mind. You can sleep at night knowing that your entities and your assets are being managed well, and that you're protected. And then there's people staying on that and keeping everything up to snuff so that you have that protection. Well, I believe they should take action right now, because you just never know when something's going to happen to you, or something's going to happen and somebody will come after you and want to get a hold of your personal assets and your estate, basically. And if you don't have any type of asset protection, you're really opening yourself up to a lot of vulnerability, and so you got to get that in check right away.